know, it's I guess, personally satisfying to just be a part of that, to help lead and guide those guys to such a big win. It's fun. It's fun to get into this profession.
Can you talk about Monk's touchdown run and how he just stuck with it today?
He did. We came into the game. We were intending to play all three quarterbacks. We kind of had some plays. We were gonna roll Chris in there. We put Malik in there early. You saw and ran the quarterback trap out of the gun and didn't make much. But we were moving the ball. We were able to run the fullback and kind of knock him off the ball. And we were hitting some plays on the zone option plays out there on the perimeter. And Ahmad was carrying a lot. And I thought he was doing a good job. He had the costly turnover in the third quarter, but you know, somebody asked me about that earlier this week. He doesn't get right. You know, he didn't. He didn't let it bother him. As much as I was chewing his butt over there, he didn't let it bother him. He came back in the last drive, was very determined run, and a great job by the rest of the guys out there.
Jeff, is it almost fitting in a way, the victory, how it came to be? I mean, you're up and then you fall down, you overcome, kind of like you've overcame all season over everything from Brandon to everything else, really, and that's how this game ends.
To come from behind was fantastic. It was just a very fitting end to the game. And as I said, they gained some momentum in the second half, and momentum's just attitude. So I think our guys maintained the right attitude, so we didn't lose the momentum to them and just let them take the game over. We just kept battling. So it's a great job in the fourth quarter there.
When you're talking to them at halftime of 14-0, what was the message to make sure you don't get complacent?
Settle down. They got a good football team. It's going to be a dogfight out there for 30 minutes. We knew it would be. Kenny's a great coach. They've had a terrific season. Those kids in their locker room have won a lot of games. They know how to win, and so we knew what it was going to be.
Coach, did you all get a chance?
Can you talk about how important ball control and third down conversion was in this ball game?
You got to control the football. You got to keep it away from them. That's what we try to do from a philosophy standpoint. Anyway, on offense is do that. We did a really nice job in the first half. Obviously, a lot of that had to do with our defense, and they threw a couple balls to us, and we were able to pick them off, and that was the difference in the first half. But being able to keep the sticks going, and I thought that second scoring drive in the first half, when we converted on a fourth down, went for it and scored a touchdown. And that's again an attitude that we got to score, but also, you know what? Let's give the guys on the other side credit. They got a good team. If we can score here and stretch the lead, it's going to make a difference in the game, and that was the difference in the game.
Coach, I know you have obviously a lot of respect between the two coaching staffs. Amongst the great celebration, did you have a chance to have some words with Coach Ken?
Well, I went to Kenny as soon as the game was over. I went straight across the field and saw Kenny. He and I are great friends. He's a terrific person and a dear friend of mine. And so many guys on that staff and I coach together, so very close to those guys. But then after the game, before all the players made it into the locker room, I was waiting outside and Kenny came down, and I had a chance to see Kenny. We embraced, and you know, it's a hard-fought game. We both want to beat each other, excuse me, on the field, but it's not going to. There's no wedge that's going to get driven between our friendship because of a game.
Coach, all season your players talked this week leading up to it. They said just about this year. How important was it for you guys to win, just for the rivalry's sake? Because it was getting there. We go 14 straight games on the losing end.
It's not a rivalry anymore. You got to win sometimes. So that's you know it. And so I was glad to get the win. And it's a great game. There's not a better game in college sports than this one right here. What a thrill and what an honor and privilege to be a part of it.
How much of a psychological lift is it, just from the standpoint of the streak is over? Is that not only for you but for your football team?
Yeah, I think that was a big deal. I mean, to kind of put that to an end. There's a lot of talk about it. I try not to put any pressure on our own team to worry about the past 14 teams. They're really not responsible for the past 14 teams. They were responsible for the 2016 team, and that game was today. So this team right here is 1-0 against Navy. This team right here will never play again in this game together. So it's really a matter of just doing the best we can to win this game today, and not putting pressure on them. Hey, we got to do this. We got to do this. We got to do this, because that builds up anxiety that doesn't have anything to do with today, and doesn't help us perform our best.
Last one.
No, nothing that I can divulge.
Were you surprised to not see Navy go for it on that last possession on fourth down?
Well, I think they felt like after the second half that they had, they did a pretty good job stopping us, that they could go in there and maybe 3 and out us and get us, punt the ball back to them and have one more drive.
Last one.
Coach, it looked like you had a chance to visit with a member of Brandon Jackson's family after the game. What did you say? And I know you brought one of the members into the locker room.
Miss Davis, Brandon's mom, was here for the game. It's the first game she's been to this year since the tragedy, and we knew she was going to be here. And thrilled to have her here. Our kids were thrilled to see her. They love Brandon, and to be able to share that victory with her, and for her to be able to see just how much Brandon means to these guys, I think was really special for all of us. So it was great to have her in there, and she was able to talk to the team. I was really glad that she did, and we presented her with a couple of mementos that would have been Brandon's for this game, and I'm sure she'll cherish those.
Thanks.
Thanks.